I wanted to do a quick video here. Let's see if I keep it quick to admonish you about something, to encourage you to talk to you seriously about something very important. Okay. A lot of your intellectual growth from this point on is going to be information based in life. You're just going to learn things. You're going to get a job. You're going to learn how to do it. Okay. So there's a lot of that happening. So, you're going to be dealing with information the rest of your life. It's going to be good for you to know how to, cut to the chase, summarize it, just get the facts and all of that, right? However, you've got elements in your mind that are beyond that. See, a machine can do that. A calculator can get right to the facts. A good search engine can get right to the facts, right? But you have a depth to you that really defines human life, that takes that information and does something to it. It interprets the facts, assigns value to them, and then with the valuable pieces, you put together a philosophy of life that gives you a reason for moving on. Tries to answer, where did you come from? Why are you here? Where are you going? And then gives you some goals and directions, and helps you with something that machines will never do, but you do. You will see your life passing, and you will see that you are moving towards death. And you've got to be afraid of that. You've got to be concerned about the erasure of life, because that is who you are and what you are, life. So at this point, I really don't see computers or AI being too freaked out about existential questions like this. But what I'm saying is that these existential questions are really the core of your life. And maybe you haven't bumped into them yet, but you will. And you're going to have to ask yourself things like, what's the point of it? Why am I even here? Why am I doing this? Why am I giving so much of my time to X, Y, or Z and not getting anything in return? Things like that, okay? Don't want to be too pessimistic about it all, but the question is, you are going to eventually have to confront the question of meaning, of the meaning of existence. And you can ignore it. You can come up with superficial answers to it. You can medicate it. I don't know, but you're going to have to bump up on this, okay? Now, what I'm trying to get at is the text I'm picking and the way literature works is it facilitates you moving down to that level, okay? It's not about information, although just to facilitate the teaching, right? Just to help the teaching happen. Sometimes I'll have the information of it, kind of be front and center, which it shouldn't be, but it's just there. Makes testing easy or whatever, grading easy. The point is, when I ask you to read, for example, My Misspent Youth, and when I ask you to read Chekhov's A Problem, I am not asking you just to know the thing historically or just to know the facts of that. That's not the approach. I don't want you just to go and find a summary of it and say, "Oh, I know what it's about." You're shortcutting. That's what I mean. If you don't go to My Misspent Youth and actually read the article, I want you to watch her style. I want you to talk to yourself. I want you to consider, is she using humor? Is she using irony? What is she using to create interest, maintain it, and reward it? Those are the three things every successful author does, okay? Create interest, maintain it, reward it. Is she failing in any of these? Is she succeeding? Is she creating interest, maintaining it, rewarding it? Now, the reward here is not some sort of material reward like, oh, here's $20. Thank you for reading my article. I've got a parakeet hiding over here that I'm trying to train, and I think it wants to come onto my shoulder. Maybe I'll bring it on just to wake some of you up here later. But anyway, create interest, maintain it, reward it. The reward is an intellectual reward. Do you feel satisfied by having touched base with those ideas? Is there a sense of interest that was fulfilled? Curiosity that was piqued and then answered or whatnot. It's an intellectual reward. Have you ever solved a riddle? Have you ever figured out a problem? Have you ever come up with a solution to a big important issue in your life? Have you ever figured out how to navigate relationships? All of that feels good because you are learning how to manage these things, and that's what I mean by an intellectual reward. What about your music? Do you have a couple favorite songs? Do you ever ask yourself why they're favorite to you and not to someone else? because I guarantee you're going to run across people that don't like your taste in music. Okay, well, whatever it is, that's the reward you're getting. You listen to that song and you just, wow, just moves you. That's the intellectual reward I'm talking about. That's a certain version of it. I don't expect you to watch or read My Misspent Youth and want to read it again, but there is a sense where you got to get something out of it. That's the reward. Okay, create interest, maintain it, reward it. That's what this person is doing. The reward can be very little. I mean, sometimes I'll ask my students to watch a 2-hour movie for a 10-second scene because I know that 10-second scene is so important that the majority of my students is going to remember that scene for 20 years. That one scene, okay? And if they get there. And so my return of investment calculus is, hey, you give me 2 hours of your life for a 10-second scene? That doesn't seem like a fair exchange, but that 10-second scene is going to stay with you for 20 years and it's going to help you deal with some things. I think that's more than a reward, a fair exchange for just literally 2 hours of your time. And if you think of yourself as an eternal being, my goodness, all you have is time. That's all you've got. Time pouring out of your ears. You're never going to be out of time if you believe you're going to survive death. Come on, let's go. All right, he wants to be on my shoulder, so get up there. Okay, so I want you to actually read My Misspent Youth and actually read Chekhov's A Problem. Don't go to some summary. Don't skim it. Read it. Try to think in terms of what's the style of this writer? How are they using words? What are they really dealing with? Now, Chekhov is dealing with identity in terms of greed. And the moment where that self-identity that identity makes it clear to the person himself, it's right underneath the street lamp because that's the light of illumination where everyone else, including his uncle, is in darkness. Okay, things like that drive home this message. So I want you to start realizing that you're pretty good at thinking, you're pretty good at information, you're pretty good at language because you've been talking since you were 2, and you're pretty good at reading. But are you good at style? Are you good at subtlety? Are you good at layering? Okay, that's what literature brings. Literature is not about you remembering that Chekhov wrote a short story called A Problem. That's just information. Literature is learning how to shake hands with Chekhov and say, it was good to meet you. It's about people. It's about friendship, okay? So don't shortchange that. I mean, someone's paying for you to come to college right now, so don't waste that money and go think it's about information. Learn how to meet people in the movies and the film and the lectures, okay? Learn about the fact that education really is about joy, curiosity, love, pursuit, honor, hope, okay? It's not really about information, okay? You get a job, you get the training manual, you can learn the information for many of these jobs these days in the first 2 or 3 months. That's not education. That's just smart people dealing with information, okay? So don't shortchange yourself. This is probably the only time in the semester I'm really going to try to hammer home. You got to do the reading. You got to watch all the film. You got to read the whole article. Make time for it. We're all busy. Many of us are staying up till 12, 1, 2 in the morning because we're busy. So busyness isn't an excuse. You think you're busy, just wait till you become, a self-sustaining adult. Oh, hit the wall. Okay, I'll get her. Oh, okay, thank you for putting up with all of this. I know I kind of started talking at you, right? But I really wanted you to sense the importance of not skimming on art. Okay, art has the ability to change you, to make you deeper and better, okay? It's not going to work if you think it's just about knowing the answers for a quiz. So put the time in and read the thing carefully, okay? Turn off the music, get into a clean room, a good space, shut the door, give yourself 40 minutes to do this, all right? Hey, thanks for watching, and I hope it works.